Silk scarves tend to look very classic or even staid, but you can make them look very modern if you tie them the right way. I'm going to share 5 ways to do exactly that. The first 4 are super easy. The last one is a tiny bit more difficult to do, but so worth the effort. There are actually 2 ways to tie a silk scarf in a more modern way. Either you go very, very sleek, almost minimal, or you lean into that casual, messy side. The cherry on top is if you create a look where the people go, wow, I've never seen anyone wear that. That looks so cool, new, fresh, interesting. That is when you have struck gold and your scarves will appear super modern. The first way to wear your scarves is very sleek and I believe very unexpected. I certainly have never seen this in real life. I took a 60 by 60 centimeter silk scarf, but you can go bigger, folded it into a neat, slim rectangle and put it around my neck. And then I pulled the ends through a ring. I was scared I was going to lose the ring, but I tried it and it sits there super tight. I have 2 options here. Either show the stone, because blue and orange are complementary colors, the contrast is higher. But if you turn the ring around and show only the back, we lean more into the sleek look. For the next look, we're going the casual, messy route. Take a 90 by 90 or bigger silk scarf, fold it into a triangle, put it around your shoulders and tie a knot in the front. And then, this is very important, slide it off one shoulder. That last little touch gives it that messy, I don't care vibe that we want. I have seen some people wear their silk scarves around their shoulders in that kind of tongue-in-cheek babushka way, but I've never seen it pushed off the shoulder. So it's often those little touches that will push your silk scarves to the next level. Next is the look I'm wearing right now. I took a 70 by 70 centimeter scarf, but you could go a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. I folded it into a long, slim rectangle, put it around my neck and twisted one end around the other in the front. And then I tied a knot in the back that I tucked in. It is a very sleek look because everything's tucked in, but that twist in the front adds that touch of unexpectedness that we want. Next, we're going more casual in a playful, fun way. Take your 90 by 90 centimeter scarf, fold it into a slim rectangle, and then tie a knot about 10 centimeters, that's 4 inches, from each end. Afterwards, you take your scarf, put it around your neck, and tie 1 knot in the front. Because most people wear their silk scarves in a very sophisticated and serious way, the playfulness those little knots add to the look makes it a little bit more casual and unexpected. And I really like that. Next up is one of my favorite ways of wearing a scarf. We are going to knot our silk scarf like a men's tie. If right now you remember your dad cursing because he had to wear a tie, he was exaggerating. It is not that difficult to do. We need a 90 by 90 centimeter scarf and you're going to fold it into a slim rectangle. Put it around your neck and pull one side longer than the other. You're going to take that longer side and starting from the top, wrap it around the other side twice. When you arrive at the back again, pull it up and push it through the loops you just created. And that's it. Now you only have to tighten the knot and straighten everything up and you're done. Not that difficult, right? I certainly can't figure out what my dad was going on about. What I love about this way of wearing my scarf is that it is very sleek. And because we are so used to seeing this knot on men, that when it appears on a woman, it looks very unexpected. I really love silk scarves for their versatility. You can create so many looks with them. Another very versatile accessory is actually bracelets. You can create a ton of different stacks with just a few pieces. I made a video about that where I also share a ton of tips about how to avoid them all getting tangled up, because I hate that and I spend a lot of time figuring out how to avoid a tangled mess. I'm going to leave that video on the screen for you and I would love to see you there. I hope this video inspired you to go out and enjoy your lovely scarves. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Until then, have a wonderful day and goodbye.